Alright, so something very important that I want to talk about, I want to touch on as regards to this craft is understanding how to read your birth chart is very, very important. And understanding how a chart works is very important because it's not about your emotions, it's not about theories, it's about the very principle that astrology operates on, which is geometry. Is geometry. Okay, geometry, geometric shapes. We have cycles, we have triangles, we have squares, and the likes. And you're looking at your chart. Your chart is a cycle. Energies move in circles. So you're looking at your chart. You have to understand the way that the chart works so that you avoid confusion. And this is the cyclical aspect of your chart. You understand the signs in their respective order without throwing yourself into confusion. So, this is from 1 to 10. This is from 1 to 10. Whichever sign sits in the ascendant, do not stress yourself with worrying about where the cusp of the houses are. You're going to throw yourself into confusion. You have to obey the geometry as the sign goes in cyclical nature, in zodiacal order, which is anti-clockwise. Very, very important, because whatever you're doing is going to depend on that. As long as you have a rising sign, you always have a second house, the third house, the fourth, and like that, nothing is exempted. Leave the cusp. If you're paying attention to the cusp, you're not going to get the real juice of the matter here, and you're going to miss out on a lot. You understand? Understanding how this thing works is very, very important. Now, if you look at your first house is connected to the fifth sign and the ninth sign. Now, what do I mean? These are signs, they try in each other. This is how the nature of this thing works. So your first house being your persona, yourself, and all that stuff, your character, your appearance, your physical appearance, your self-projection, your personality. You understand my point? It tries your fifth house. We are looking at the triangle here, which is a geometric form. You understand my point? If you throw the cusp into other stuff, you see that this falls out of line, because when you follow this order, you discover one thing. The signs that are in the first, the fifth, and the ninth are signs that are on the same element. This is the harmonious nature of the chart. If you use the cusp aspect, you're going to fail. You're going to miss out on that. You understand my point? The fifth is your ambition, entertainment, your sense of fun and entertainment, right? Creativity, talent is your fifth house. Your ninth house is your willingness to overcome, is your, how you view the world, your broader perspective of the world, your philosophical ideas, your political views of things. Education, religion, spirituality is the ninth. This is how these places connect to each other. Now, when you come to the second, which points to money, there's a triangle that money follows in zodiacal order. And the triangle is 2 to 6, 6 to 10, and then back to 2. You see the triangle, right? You have to understand, this is the geometry. You have to think geometrically. Astrology is not what you can make theories about and just throw it in. The geometry will always defy your theory, because the geometry is a hardwiring, it's a constance. You understand? It's a natural constant to the nature of or the flow of how your chart works. You understand my point here now? So, the 2, the 6, and the 7, they are signs on the same elements. Like in this case now, we are following the zodiacal order. These are all earth signs. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. They are all earth signs. You understand my point? They are all earth signs. It's very important that you know this thing so you understand how your chart works. We are still looking at the triangle, right? And when you go to the third, you notice something. Communication and relationship, and then socialization and association, which is the third house, the 7th house, and the 11th house. These are signs on the same element. This is how you make sense of whatever is going on in your chart. Sorry, my marker, I didn't remember to refill. So I hope you guys are seeing this thing that I'm demonstrating here. And then when we leave, this entire stuff here, and we go over to the next geometric form, you will discover something very, very important. You understand my point? You will discover something very important. And what do I mean now? You will go into the square aspect of things. And one thing I've said in my past video is signs that are in the same modalities, they square each other. And the square is not what people often call a negative aspect or a challenging aspect. See, what you have to understand about squares is this. Square is the very geometric, it's 90 degrees. A square is 90 degrees. A square is the very geometric, aspect that brings things into form. Yes. Through pressure. So the square indicates the area of your life that you require effort to manifest, to crystallize. Not that it's a challenge. It's a challenge if you're lazy. So when you see it in a red line, say, I don't like all these red lines in my chart. That is emotions. Don't stop letting your emotions. Pay attention to the geometry. Stick to the geometry. You understand my point? You stick to the geometry. Now, what do I mean? Look at, your cardinal signs, right? You know your mutable signs and you know your fixed signs. Now look at the first house in the zodiac. The fifth house, the first house, the fourth house, the 7th house, and the 10th house. You see a square comes out of it. You understand what I'm saying here now? A square comes out of it. These are all cardinal signs. You understand my point? So this is the geometric constants of your chart. And chart that the MC is the 10th place, the 4th place is the IC, the 1st place is the ascendant, the 7th place is the descendant. These are the relationship between the charts. But you will not always find, in people's charts, you will not always find, this particular shape based on the time that they were born. You will find that, yes, the ascendant and the descendant are always signs that oppose each other, but you will find that they are not always in the same modality with the ones in the IC and the MC, the IC and the MC. But whatever sign sits that is the 10th from the ascendant is still the 10th place of that sign. Where the NC could be in the 9th sign, no doubt, it plays out. But what that basically means is the MC, now being in the 9th sign, means that it has taken the properties and elements and characteristics of the 10th and given to the 9th. But still doesn't erase the fact that that 9th place where the MC is still going to act as the 9th. You understand what I'm saying? You have to understand this. This is geometry, guys. This is geometry. This is not just something that you wake up and just, imagine something and throw stuff into it. Right? Now, with these demonstrations I've made now, you'll be able to understand how this stuff works. Connect the dots. You know your mutable signs, you see there's a harmony. So when it comes to, let's say, your finance, for example, and you're using your 2nd house, some people use their 6th house. When you look at it, the things that they do for money, it's their 6th house that is functioning. Me, personally, it's my 6th house that I'm using, which is where Scorpio is. So this place of services and all that, which is, the astrology that I do, right? Some people use their 10th house. It's all the same. They all operate alike. It's what you do that brings money. The 10th is business. This is services rendered. This one is income, source of income. Do you understand? Your business too can be your source of income. So if you have a business, money is going to be flowing to you. If you set up a services, money is going to be flowing to you. And that service can also be treated as a business. You understand what I'm saying now? So this is the way that the chart works. When it comes to the third now, you have the sign of communication, the place of communication, which is the 3rd house. has to do with human interaction and relationship. Relationship needs communication to thrive, needs association, socializing, friendship. You understand the key here now? So this is the way that these things work. When you connect it to all the other signs, you understand something. Very, 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 very important. You get what I'm saying now? So this is the geometry of what I want to really talk about, because a lot of people are really confusing this stuff. So I say, let me do a video, a very brief video to explain this stuff here. And like I always say, if you people have any questions, ask me in the comments. I'll answer. If it's a very elaborate question that I need to break down, then I will do a video just for you, so that others too can also watch. You understand my point? So yeah, this is, just what I said I was going to do today.